Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has officially made over $600 million worldwide. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. The phenomenon that is the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie continues to surge. This is a massive wave that even companies like Netflix are trying to ride this wave by cranking out a live-action adaptation that we ranted about last week. But Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has now officially made over $600 million in worldwide box offices. This is an insane amount of money because it has surpassed many other big blockbuster type movies, including some superhero movies that we're going to go over here in a minute, in gross revenue and earnings, which is wild. There's so much going on with Demon Slayer Infinity Castle that this movie's release really could change the scope of anime theatrical releases in the future. It really could put a lot more focus on putting more budget into some of these, making more big deals about anime theatrical releases here in America. It's a very exciting thing to see what could happen. So officially, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has made over $600 million, meaning that it has just surpassed the earnings of the new Superman movie. Now, whether you liked the new Superman movie or not, it was a big deal because Superman is one of the most iconic superheroes of all time, and it made a lot of money. It made like a little over $600 million in box offices, and it's already on streaming on HBO or Disney Plus or something. It's already streaming, and it was a significant amount of money. So for Demon Slayer to surpass and make more money worldwide than Superman made worldwide, hear that? Demon Slayer made more money than Superman. That's insane. That's incredible. That's a really cool thing. So for it to make more money than Superman is a big deal because Superman's a massive superhero blockbuster. Demon Slayer also has made more money than some movies like Sinners, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. Now, obviously, those weren't as popular as Superman, but still a big deal. And the accolades for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle don't just stop at surpassing Superman. Obviously, the $600 million worldwide grossing point and surpassing Superman is its highest and most recent accolade, but it's done so much more besides that. It's become the most profitable released movie in Japan ever. It surpassed Mugen Train and it surpassed Spirited Away, which previously held those top two spots. It's become the highest grossing animated weekend release in America ever, which is a huge freaking deal. And then something else that's really interesting about this that I don't really see a lot of people talking about, but really honestly makes me incredibly excited about it and incredibly excited about what it could point towards in the future, is that supposedly the overall budget for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle was $20 million. $20 million budget for this movie that has grossed $600 million. I'm not great at math, but that's a crap load of money that this film has made, where if you think about Superman, that's just going to be the example that we're comparing against right now. Superman's budget was likely, I should have looked it up before doing this video, but Superman's budget was likely hundreds of millions of dollars to make that movie. So now you have Demon Slayer Infinity Castle making so much money with a relatively small budget compared to the other movies that it's skyrocketing past insofar as worldwide box office earnings. And you have this incredibly large profit margin that studios are going to start seeing. Now, what does this mean for potential future of anime theatrical releases and Demon Slayer? So let's address the Demon Slayer movies first. This means that the second and third Demon Slayer movies should be just as good. This was incredibly profitable, and so it should bode well that those movies might even get more of a budget, might even have the opportunity to even be better, to even have better animation, even though Demon Slayer Infinity Castle is being lauded as the best animation of all time because they really do great 2D drawing and 3D seamlessly mixing it together. It's done very well, and many people are saying that it is the best animated film ever as far as the animation aesthetic goes. We can put the story aside if you're happy with the story or not, but as far as animation, that's what a lot of people are saying. So this could mean, because of that massive amount of profit that it's made, somewhere around $580 million in profit, which is incredible, not gross sales, profit. That should mean that the next two movies should get a very large budget as well, and they should be at least just as good, if not better, than the first one. What does this mean from a worldwide perspective? Maybe not necessarily just, people that are fans of anime, but just theatrical releases, period. The fact that this movie made so much money with such a low budget, and the resources that were put into it, I believe could open people's eyes to the potential for really well done anime theatrical releases, putting a decent budget into an animated movie, showing how much you can do with an animated feature film and the budget that you need, as opposed to a live action feature film and the budget that you need for that. You need much more money for a live action film than you do for an animated film in order to, be really, really, really good, really, really high quality. I think it's going to bring a lot of people's attention to that there is a very good opportunity there. And I'm hoping that this leads to cooler, bigger, and better, not only theatrical releases of anime movies here in America, but better anime movies, period, that are being produced and then getting really cool theatrical releases. Like in Japan, you see it's all hype and all these cool events, and then here in America, all we get is scalpers buying up all of our cups and popcorn buckets so that we can't get any of them. We don't really get anything besides that. We don't get taxis that have Demon Slayer stuff all over it. We don't get theaters that are decked out in Demon Slayer swag. We don't get anything like that. But this could mean that maybe we will end up getting things like that in the future, which would be really, really cool. Additionally, I think this points to the fact that animated films and anime movies are going to start getting looked at more for the American awards. And that doesn't happen often. There's this weird stigma with Hollywood that thinks most anime is lesser than. But what Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has shown is that not only can it hold its own, but it can compete with some of the biggest blockbusters of the year when done right, done properly, with the right studios and the right story and all of that good stuff. So we could see more actual anime movies in some of our, American awards, which would just bring more attention to anime, which is very cool. As a huge fan of anime and somebody that's loved anime for a long time, this is exciting. As somebody that has enjoyed Demon Slayer since the first episode premiered, this is exciting. I've been a fan of Demon Slayer and I really enjoy the show, but to see an anime movie get such a massive response and do so well and beat so many other movies is awesome. I don't know what it means for the future, but hopefully it means some really cool things for the future. I want to know what you guys think. Drop your comments down below about all of this. If you enjoyed this content, give it a thumbs up. That's free, and it really does help the channel a whole lot. And check this video out right there. YouTube says you'll like it. And like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.